NVIDIA is struggling to get through this little resistance here. If it does, it should go as high as around 49, which would be your next resistance. Now, the only other stock that's kind of in motion here, Tesla is trading down on the day. Notice here, folks, how you came into a lot of support right here, right? So if we look at this zone here, from this low to these highs, that's where you bottomed out. So we're trading back to that level. If this level breaks, you probably come down to about 250, maybe even lower. But right now, again, Tesla is down a little bit pre-market. Just more concerns, it's just the aftermath of what's gone on here with the president and Elon Musk fighting it out on social media. And obviously, there's going to be negative implications to that. And again, it's one of those things where, the guy, he's a genius, in my opinion. He's a smart cookie. But, in certain ways, you can be smart in computers, but maybe not so smart in public relations. Or they say street smart, right? We hear people being not, really book smart, but not street smart. And, he basically went and pissed off half the country, and now he's pissing off the other half. And obviously there's certain people that will love him forever. But in terms of selling a product, probably not the best thing to do, just being honest. And again, I'm a trader, so I just follow the charts and I'll trade it. But again, we'll see how this all plays out. It certainly is wild stuff to watch. All right, let's go to Bitcoin real quick here, guys.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Michael Saylor, Bitcoin visionary and MicroStrategy CEO, exposes how fiat money destroys morality and civilization. Ready for truth? Let's dive in.
Bitcoin began to break down when the stock market broke down, and then the stock market resurrected itself, and this has gone right up. Also, MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor bought another 1,000 plus Bitcoin, I believe, just in the last couple days. So you're getting a little bit of a move up here. If we rally up, this remains as resistance around the 112,500 level, 112,500. Same thing right in here will remain as technical support. And if that breaks, you have this zone right down here. Gold. Let's take a look at gold here. See what we have on that. Gold is basically flat on the day. Notice it did come down on Friday, kind of kissed or closed right on this trend line. Today, it's right on that trend line, inching up just a little bit.
Ethereum is on fire today, blasting 7% higher to $2,680 as institutional money floods in and traders pile into bullish bets. But this isn't just another pump, it's the start of something bigger. Here's why Ethereum is exploding. First, spot Ethereum ETF are unstoppable. For the 7th straight week, they've sucked in fresh cash $295 million last week alone, pushing total inflows to a staggering $1.5 billion. BlackRock's ETF alone pulled in $52.7 million yesterday, proving Wall Street's appetite for Ethereum is only growing. This isn't just hype, it's a full-blown institutional endorsement. Then there's the record-shattering open interest in Ethereum futures, which just hit $39.2 billion. Traders are going all in, with funding rates turning positive as longs dominate the market. Translation: smart money is betting big on a run to $3,000 and beyond. But the real kicker? The charts. Ethereum is painting a bullish cup and handle pattern, a classic breakout setup. If it smashes through the $2,789 neckline, analysts say $4,100 is in play, a 52% moonshot. With momentum this strong, even the skeptics are turning bullish. Buckle up, Ethereum's next leg up could be epic.
The dollar. Now, interestingly enough, we know that we broke below this level. We have a secondary level down here that I think eventually we will go to. But let's take a look at this. So look at this trend line and look at this low, and look at what happens when I put a trend line through this. Look at how that becomes basically parallel together. So for me, that's interesting because essentially it shows a parallel channel that we are now trading in on the DXY. And just to show you guys one thing to pay attention to is here you have a parallel channel I'm just doing up on the charts. And if we take this and we say, okay, we broke down into it, we then went up, we went down, we went up, we went down, we went up. And then what's the resolution of this pattern, right? And the resolution eventually, this is a bear flag in technical analysis, basic TA 101 here. And ultimately, this should resolve its way down here. But again, I love the parallel lines here. And so what this makes me think is, I mean, we could bounce up here, we could go here, we could go here. But eventually, the resolution should be that we come back down and break lower. So just keep that in your mind, is that the dollar could chop sideways with ups and downs here for a little while. But as long as we stay within this parallel, this is a bear flag, right? The big down move here, this inside bar action, and ultimately the resolution of that pattern would be most likely to the downside. So again, just keep that on your radar with the two parallel channel lines off of the big move to the downside. The next up is the 10-year yield. 10-year yield is basically flat on the day. So again, just something to keep an eye on here. We do have this right here, which is kind of interesting, right? So again, we have a pivot low. We kind of chopped along this line, broke down, and are now back into that level. There's a secondary level here that I'll be watching as well. So again, overall, yields rallied on Friday because of the strong jobs data. Again, the strong jobs data making it less likely that the Fed will cut rates substantially in the near term, at least because of that headline number. That's what the markets are thinking. But in reality, I don't buy it. I still think rates are going to go lower, even if we go a little bit higher. I think eventually this pattern is going to break lower. And again, the only thing that would change that is if people stop buying U.S. debt, right? So I don't see it as a factor more of the weaker, an economy that is stronger pushing up rates. I look at it more like if rates are going to go higher, it's because that 30-year bond auction later this month or later this week most likely would be very, very weak, which means that you have to basically tempt people with higher interest rates to buy our debt, something that is always kind of in play here.
Bitcoin just delivered a knockout punch, and even gold bug Peter Schiff felt it. As BTC rocketed past $110,000 this week, the cryptocurrency's most vocal critic got dragged into a fiery Twitter shoutdown, and his response shocked everyone. When Bitcoiners taunted Schiff with "it'll soon pass gold's market cap, and you can't stop it," the gold advocate fired back with unexpected calm, "I don't have to do anything. It'll never happen." But the crowd wasn't having it. "We'll never see Bitcoin under $100,000 again," they shot back. Schiff's reply: a sly never say never, hinting even he knows crypto's momentum is unstoppable. The charts tell the real story. Bitcoin didn't just rebound from its $105,000, support it smashed through the 50-day EMA at $102,000 like it wasn't even there. With RSI surging past 60 and trading volume spiking, this isn't a fluke. It's real demand fueling the rally. Now BTC has its sights set on the next battleground, the $112,000, $113,000 resistance zone where May's rally peaked. Schiff might cling to his gold bars, but Bitcoin's technicals scream bullish. Every key level breached: 26 EMA, 50 EMA, 100 EMA proves the path of least resistance is up. Will Schiff finally crack if BTC sets a new ATH? One thing's clear: Bitcoin's explosion has left even its biggest haters speechless. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.